of the videos that you showed me so far?
The life?
Yeah.
I mean,
what is like what is that part about? Is that a part of what you were already doing, or is that something new? Or do you want it, or do you want it to be separate? Do you want it to be one feeding up the other one, or what do you think?
I like to imagine that there's a creative outlet in video editing, right? And going live might a keep a constant flow of material for anyone who's like I've gotten high just watching people get high, right? So if there's other people like that, then this live streaming would start helping me be involved in the existence of that, right?
Yeah.
D- Another thing is it makes me feel like I'm not losing all my material, right? I'm not losing. I feel like
It will function like just report like here. It will be like if you got
You can piss me over there.
okay.
What's it called?
It would be like if you got the camera, the square camera that you got there, and you put it there and leave it there until.
See, I mean, I, at one point I said I imagined that if I took all my grams and I put them next to objectives, right, then I could measure my productivity by my smoking, right? Now, if I record every time I smoke,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe I'm being productive in the objective of creating material, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of times I say, man, I wish I was recording that. You know, I wish I had been recording that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because I'm getting high and it was such a fucking moment that I was like, damn, that should, like, the second we stopped streaming and you started telling me you don't know who Cypress Hill is, I was like, fuck, like a lot of people from LA would freak out. And maybe because I went to Cypress College, you know, like Cypress is a city, but a lot of people know. A lot of people know Cypress, and I was like, that itself would be its own topic. Talking about how we met would be its own topic, and talk just like it was a topic for. I mean, those are two important people, you know. We got what's this guy's name? Doug Benson, and I mean, we got real people over there, you know. I mean, we're just average people, no, or just every other people, and I think like in Uruguay, in such a small big city, everyone is somebody, you know, and we might not be, we might not be as known as Doug Benson or Be Real, right? But in this city, you know, there's a we'll throw this one over here. In this city, there's a total possibility that more people know you than people who know who Be Real is, right? And the only reason I might even think that, right, is because maybe fucking the fact that you don't know Be Real blows my mind. You know, I think like it came with every marijuana CD. Every marijuana bag came with one Cypress Hill song in fucking LA, you know? So I would imagine. But I mean, there's people who don't listen to hip hop. There's lots of different reasons, right? Things on the internet, whether it's stuff that I'm tripping on getting high to, there's always something for someone to trip on getting high to, no?
Yeah.
And maybe for me, when I was over there, I used to always type in "getting high in Uruguay" just to see what the internet would say about that, no? And now I'm the getting high in Uruguay.
What did the internet say about that?
Not enough. I got the Mujica interview. Marijuana in Uruguay.
Yeah.
But I definitely didn't get enough. Definitely didn't get enough.
I don't know. I like to watch movies
Yeah.
and series.
Serious?
Talk about whatever. Here,
Ooh. Hold on.
can you?
Yeah, no, I mean, with my wife, she puts it to my mouth, you know, but I guess we're just homies and shit, you know? It'd be kind of weird. I think I did that once for a homie, and I was like, ooh, this is kind of weird. And let me, I'm washing the chicken real quick. I want to get down on that.
What do you think you like to do most when you're high?
I guess think. Tripping my thoughts, you know? But maybe that's like getting too much, it's like too much room for me. Watch cartoons I feel like I didn't watch when I was younger, like I missed. Like, you know, the Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've watched. I feel like there was things I missed out on.
I watched the Looney Tunes again.
Yeah.
Like the whole series.
You,
So good.
you put it all down, the whole series? From
Huh?
front to back?
What?
From front to back, you put the whole thing down?
I think so, almost. Yeah. Like I like to like binge watching. I like it.
Binge watching,
Yeah.
its own thing. Yeah.
I like if I'm I'll be consistent
With your binge
with
watching?
like I started watching something and I'll probably keep watching it until I finish it. I could start today and I'll watch it tomorrow and a little bit the next day until I finish
Nice.
it.
No, that's the whole experience, you know?
Yeah.
But I wonder.
That's obsessions. You don't have obsessions.
Oh man, I'm obsessive compulsive, which is like a shorter string. You know, like I go right from compulse to obsess. Who was this with me? Oh, shit. Walking.
Can you?
Can I? Yeah, I'm ready to smoke now. I like to rap. I like to make freestyles. I like to listen to freestyles.
I like
to.
it.
You like freestyles too?
Yeah. I only got to listen to freestyle from you,
Oh yeah.
from Claudio,
Mhm.
de Trabajo,
Sí.
and from Nacho, who's now Tiffany.
Who's now what?
Tiffany.
Oh yeah, he fucking he did freestyle too.
Yeah.
Remember.
Remember.
Yeah. That fool
It
fucking
was
put it down.
fucking awesome.
That fool's dope.
Yeah.
How is he? Would he prefer that I say she or what?
Yeah.
So he would totally prefer that I say how is she?
Yeah.
For sure. What's up? Is he done to interview with me or what?
I don't know.
He's just I'd interview him as a woman. I don't have to. We don't even have to get into that stuff. You know, he's interesting as fuck. Just his tattoos, just her tattoos. You know, just right there by itself.
He's really fun. She's really fun.
So where's he? Is she working?
I don't think so.
So her dad's buying his weed and drugs and stuff, or what?
Yeah, sort of.
Like he's stealing from her? Like sort of. Like yeah, I mean he's buying it, but he didn't know he's buying it. You know, like no. Last time I kicked it with him, he would be like, "Yo, my pops, you know, buys me blunts, so I don't fucking drink or some shit. So I don't."
Yeah.
You know, it's like because he's chill, because it's not a big deal.
I'm done.
So you're done with that joint already?
Yeah. I told you I haven't smoked all week.
You know, there's got to be editing. I don't know. Do people go live cooking channels?
I don't know. I guess.
Exchange hugs and pounds before the throwdown. Maybe I shouldn't be good at it like this. shit cut it. I guess it doesn't matter how you cut a fucking chicken nugget, right? Chicken nugget's a chicken nugget.
So did you answer me? Do you have obsessions?
Yeah. I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with drugs. I guess I'm obsessed with weed. I'm obsessed with women. I'm obsessed with the idea of being what I think is successful. You know, I'm obsessed with the other side. You know, fucking what ifs. Super obsessed with what ifs and you know, fucking possibilities. I go nuts on possibilities. You know, just what if. I guess that's what ifs are, no?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, right. Is that I'm obsessive compulsive. So like I'll find something brand new to be obsessed with. Like I just discovered live streaming and I'm obsessed with it. Right?
Yeah.
Just discovered that shit. I mean, isn't it sick? I mean, I don't know why would I record myself making chicken nuggets. Because I was smoking weed and weed smoking is part of my channel. Maybe I should make another channel, just random shit, you know? Maybe I'm getting away from my idea. Maybe live streaming. I guess live streaming is me trying to.
You're experimenting.
Experimenting, boom. Trying to experimenting with being, you know, multitasking on my objectives. I mean, I'm definitely always smoking, no? So, wasn't that the idea of a smoke podcast, you know? I should go live. I told the homie you talking about that. Yeah, just smoke joints with people, you know? Smoke joints with people. Smoke a joint with people on camera, you know? And maybe you get more people who are willing to smoke joints on camera because we're a motherfucking year. Why? Hey, what's up, man? You want to smoke a joint with me? Boom, done. End of story. I should have went live every joint. Sorry, man. I don't smoke joints if I'm not live. Hey, you wanna smoke a joint with me? He's like, oh, on camera? Nah. Well then, fuck off. Because I only smoke joints with motherfuckers who are down. Slowing me down, motherfucker, you know? I don't know, but then maybe, you know, there's people who are down but are not trying to be on the camera, but maybe then I don't need to be with. It's like you can dance if you want to, you know? It's like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are we listening to?
Oh man, I put on my YouTube thing creates its own playlists, right? So
My
like
mix.
my mix, my hip hop mix, whatever. No, I put on hip hop mix and I put on a bunch of them right now. It's throwing on Immortal Technique. Immortal Technique is fucking crazy. This right now is a story. My brother used to say that if the song doesn't have a story, then if it doesn't have a story or a message, then I shouldn't listen to it. No? So, because that's the whole point of music, whatever, right? But this is a song about a story about this one girl, and like everyone wants to be with the girl, and but you know all the guys try to have sex with her or whatever, and they're like, and she doesn't hook up with them though, and then all the other girls start talking shit, you know. And they're just talking shit because they're jealous on the long list of guys that they were slutty with, no? And then this guy, the singing guy, he notices her, no? And then he's cool because he wasn't trying to hit it, no? He would just go with her and he liked that, you know, she would recommend books to him, you know? So he'd read the books and they would talk about it and shit, you know, and then he would spend more time with her and everything, you know? And fucking one day he started spending a lot of time with her, like he really liked her, no? He said, I started spending a lot of time with her. And then but then she said to me that it's either that because this guy's a gangster or whatever, no? From New York, no? And he's like, all right, well, if you want to be with me, you gotta be with me or you gotta be with your fucking gang, you know? He's like, all that shit, you know? So he's like, all right. He's like, all right, so he leaves his gang. He leaves his gang and he goes to be with her, no? And then oh shit. Tino, keep up. No, those are cats. Tino, chill. He leaves his gang and he goes to be with her. And then once he says that, all right, you know, my feelings are true. I wanna be with you. They never even had sex or anything, you know? He just likes being with her and talking with her about fucking books or whatever the fuck, no? And then she's like, oh, I want to be with you. Isn't that And then she just keeps crying, no? And he's like, she wouldn't stop crying until he left. So now that fool's gone. Right now, she left, and he's like, whatever, fuck it, you know. So he kept doing his thing, and then he goes back to the gang or whatever, no. And then he ends up going to jail for like 7 years, no. And then or 7 or 10 years or whatever the fuck, no. And then when he gets out of jail, he goes to see her again, no? And then the mom opens the door, and just starts crying, you know? And or everything's chill, you know? And then he says, you know, I want to see your daughter. And then she starts crying, you know, and she should go upstairs, you know? And he goes upstairs and there's just like a letter right there, no? And then the letter's from her talking about, man, you know, you're the only one, and you know, fucking what is it? You were the only one that promised to wait for me in heaven and all that shit, no, and I would have loved to be with you and to share myself with you, and no sé qué, no. She's like, but I have HIV, no, and she's like, I got it from a blood transfusion, you know. She's like, so I couldn't be with you, and I couldn't even tell you, you know. And then it's like, and when I died in the hospital, it's like I'm writing this. It's like I used to think about you, because no sé qué, no. It's like I wish I would have given myself to you, and yeah, man, it was fucking. So then he's like, fuck, man. He's like, she's the only one I ever loved, you know, and it's like, and that is like, it was beautiful to see what true love really was. He's like, but fuck that, man. Like, I'll never do that shit again, man. He's like, cause she was the only one. She was a real one, you know, and she just died like that. He's like, fuck that, man. He's like, fuck love. He's like, fuck the bullshit. So yeah, it's about HIV. He got fucked up stories, this guy. He got another one about being in the gang, and about this guy named Billy. All he would think about is cocaine and being a drug dealer. It's all he could think about, and just being a fucking gangster. And then he got arrested for cocaine, and he fucking snitched, no? And then everyone knew he was a fucking snitch. So he came out and he wanted to get respect again, no? So he started selling coke again and shit. And they were like, man, anyone could sell coke, you know? It's like anyone with a gun could fucking, you know, shoot a gun and shit. He's like, but only a real fucking gangster. He's like, will stab someone until they die and shit, you know? It's like looking into their eyes. He's like, if you really want to be with us, you know, you're gonna have to do the initiation, you know. And they're like, all right. So he's like, all right, I want to be with these motherfuckers, you know. He's like, these guys know what's up, you know. So he's like, boom. They go drinking and smoking, talking about how the mom, at the beginning, it was like talking about how the mom said, like, you know, go home from work late, have 2 jobs, you know, just so he could be something, you know. It was a waste of time, you know, because he would just do all that bullshit, no? And she would always be on that hardcore working shit. One day they're doing this gang shit, you know, and drinking and smoking and driving, and you see this chick, you know, and they're like, all right, go grab that chick, you know. He's like, just to show you're really cold-hearted. He's like, you're gonna grab that? He's like, we'll suggest that he rapes a woman to prove that he's cold-hearted, you know. So for the gang initiation, they're getting him all wasted and stuff, and they find this chick, you know, and they're like, the song is called Dancing with the Devil. And he's like, so like, boom, they grab this chick, they throw her head, they pull her on the top of the building, they step on her and break her jaw. The whole fucking story, man. He has his Spanish subtitles, no? He's like, each of them took turns, but Billy was to go first, you know, and like all of them knew exactly what they were doing, you know. He's like, and at the end, he felt all proud, you know, because he was with his brothers and everything, you know. And they're like, all right, man, she's a witness, you know. So he's like, you got to kill her, you know. He's like, and then you could be part of our gang, you know. And he's like, all right, you know, and he pulls back the cover, and it was his mom. No, it was his mom that they fucking grabbed, and it's like, and he fucking freaked out, you know, thinking about how his mom was always fucking, you know, hard working for him and all for nothing and shit, you know? He's like, what was he worth, you know? He's like, he turned away from the woman who had once given him birth, and he looked up to the sky and talked to the devil because God wasn't there. You know, he's like, so Billy jumped off the roof and died with no soul. You know, and the song is called Dancing with the Devil. So you got, he's like, to all you fucking fake ass gangsters who probably only went to jail for 3 months. You know, he's like, there's real motherfuckers who get life sentences and knew what they were doing. And if you ask them, they do it again. You know, he's like, real motherfuckers, like, he's like this and that. He's like, and believe me. He's like, believe me, because the story that I'm telling is true. Because I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And I was like, he's like, and now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. And I was like, what the fuck? Just one of those that are like, what the fuck?
¿Alguna vez viste Key and Peele?
What a topic change.
Porque me hace acordar a un sketch de ellos.
What'd you say? They do sketches. Yes.
Yeah. The story of the song
reminded you of the sketch.
That reminded me of that sketch. That es un sketch que es a rapper, like in the police is questioning him, and they are playing the music, the song, and they're saying, you committed a crime. And he's saying, no, I didn't. I never said I did. And like they played the music, and he said, I killed the people. I don't know.
I did it.
And it's really funny. I don't know.
Yeah,
It made me remind me of that.
I stomped that nigga out. He said, you stomped him out? No, I didn't. Alright, so check this out. Oh, what's up? He goes, and get you. He go on. Alright, so yeah, Key and Peele's fucking great. That was a fucking pivot turn. Hardcore. So check this out.
Have you ever watched?
Have you seen this one before? Go sit over there and watch that shit. You listen to it or you can understand it, no?
Yeah.
You got it real fast. Ugh. Nope. Alright, you straight. He was a fucking, oh my God. Yeah. Yep. 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 It's your own race.
Hey, I have a bus now.
It's your bus time, huh?
Now in 15 minutes.
Oh, shall I accompany you to the bus stop?
It's right there. Gonzalo Ramirez. I'm like
Down the
a
street.
block away. Yeah.
Oh.
It's cold. Do you think it's cold?
Cold?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe is the jacket working?
Okay.
About my skin color and my blackness. That artist right there actually has like a lot of really good ones back to back.
Like I'm realizing that I don't listen to music very often.
We're gonna hit it. anymore. You're selling it. Free. Yeah. Hardcore half an hour, no abuse. I guess I didn't spread this one out, you know?
The next one is 100.
Huh?
2 of 100.
Oh, no, perdón.
Mm,
You think the bus driver's gonna give you problems or what?
I don't know.
Wow. I don't know if I put the right proportion of mixing the flour, but let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how bad could it go, right? Chicken nuggets.
Okay, I should get going.
All right, well, let me walk you to the door. Well, let's list it out. One, we learned new abilities experimenting with my tools, right?
Yeah.
I found out I was not able to edit from that material, right? But I could definitely,
Just go with the screen.
I could record the screen and I could also watch you. I could also just go live on it, no? I could record the screen going live or record the screen to make it into material, no?
Yeah.
Salud. Let me know when you want me to get that door for you.
Whenever you can.
All right.
Alright.
You don't know shit, but you seem to know it all. Everybody too. Hey, what you got today? I got a couple. No? Yeah. All right, let's see if we can try this.